Welcome back and thank you for joining us. We're still on the press, and now we move over to the segment where we get to invite our guests to join us on the program. But before then, do remember to call us in, as our phone lines are open for you to join the conversation. And now with us in the studio is our in-house analyst, Dr. Olamide Samuel. Welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for letting us on the program.
Nice program going.
Well,
you guys are doing so wonderful.
All right, and I'll take it first from the strike. Doctors Sean talks. Medical tourism gobs $3 billion in 3 years. And of course, they proceeded to reject Ngige's peace moves and decried health sector's brain drain. And as of yesterday, there was lots of back and forth between Ngige and the resident doctors, and they've said they passed a bill to ban doctors from traveling out or migrating. So they said. What's your general take on this?
Well, the first thing is talking about banning doctors from migration within 5 years of after graduation, yeah, or something like that. To me, it is a huge move, because for people that actually want development for others, or you want to be developed in life, you wouldn't want to debar others to get access to development. So I have said it several times that the senator, the representatives, all those ones that actually made that move, we need to check them, especially the one that moved it from Lagos. Is a Lagosian person. How on earth? This is Nigeria, where even like myself, I am an economist. I graduated. There was no job anywhere. We have a lot of doctors, resident doctors, that have graduated. I even have one that graduated 2017, yet still finding something to do. So if somebody could actually graduate 2 years, 3 years, 4 years without doing anything, and you still want the person to actually serve Nigeria for a good 5 years before he or she could have access to migrate to other country for greener pastures, I think that is wickedness for me. Wickedness of the highest order. What you cannot actually accept if it's been done to you. Why didn't we have a bill that will restrict all our representatives, our senators, from traveling abroad, from getting medical attentions from abroad, from getting any other thing that they want to get? Why didn't we have this kind of bill that will restrict their children, politician children, from schooling abroad? Now that's that about that. It is a huge movement. But another thing is the Ngige's own. Let me be sincere to you that what these health workers are facing, I'm not talking about doctors alone now. The challenges that they are facing is too unbearable to me, because I've been to so many hospitals. I have doctors as friends, resident doctors as friends, and some of my colleagues when we were in school, when they start narrating their ordeal, I'll be like, wow. And everybody, don't forget that that's the word doctor, that title is somehow elevating, that anybody that actually is a doctor, they believe that you have that money, they believe that you have that prestige, they believe that that fame is there. But when you have the prestige and there's no money to manage it, then there is a problem.
But you know, the fight with the federal government is because federal government is saying you guys have spent just little money compared to how much doctors pay as tuition fee abroad. So why pay little amounts and you are not investing in the country? You pay little amounts. Let's take for instance, let's say you travel abroad to study medicine, you pay over like $20,000, and then in Nigeria you just pay the normal tuition fee. Max you pay like 2 million naira. Let's just say 2 million naira per session, and then you carry all of this knowledge and then you take it abroad. But then we have to put in fact that they know that even after school, most of these people don't get good jobs or they're not treated fairly. So what is your...
Let me just ask this question. In America that we're talking about, United Kingdom that we're talking about, that they can actually pay $20,000 and get there. Convert $20,000 to Nigerian money, though it's a very good money. But would Nigeria been providing the kind of accommodative environment that America has been providing? No. Would anybody that graduates in Nigeria get job immediately like they used to in America? No. Would they have a kind of take home even if at all they did not have what they do yet like America? No. So all these things that comparing, what makes me most is federal government will be comparing Nigeria with America when it is their case. But when it is masses case, they don't compare. I don't understand. Okay, you be telling us that Americans are buying their fuel $2 per. Okay, that $2 per liter compared to Nigeria that we are just buying. What Americans are actually benefiting? Are we benefiting? Apart from that, do they have this oil? Do they have this oil that we are talking about? We have the oil, we have everything. Why are you carrying so all those things they will not actually. Now, what about, can't federal government compare America with Nigeria in terms of infrastructure facility that American government actually provided for their citizens? They will not. Talk about road. I've never for once compared Nigeria with America in the provision of quality roads. I've never compared Nigeria with America in the provision, talk about health sector, provision of medical facilities. I've never compared Nigeria with America in the security dealings. I've never compared Nigeria with America in democratical rules. I've never compared Nigeria with America. All this will be there. Federal government will not show interest, but when it comes to their case that citizens are now trying to fight for their rights, then they'll be telling you. Somebody was actually asking me, do you know that even the cement that we are buying at the exorbitant rate here, when it gets to Ghana pay less. We produce it here. The same Dangote cement, we produce it here. We pay exorbitant. We are charged exorbitant rate, and getting to Ghana, these people are paying less. What is happening? But something is wrong here. So now talk about doctors, people that handle our life, that handles our health. So that you are actually comparing. Okay, let me mention him now. Let me mention OAU. If I graduated from OAU, I know what medical students are actually passing through. What they are passing through, and that is why you see America, you see United Kingdom, you see other white lands trying to rush Nigerian medical students after graduation. Why? Because what they pass through, the kind of assignments, the kind of struggles, the kind of discipline that actually pass through, it's not there. During my set, I remember 2016, 2017, there was a lady like that actually is not she is not a Nigerian. She actually came from, I think, Qatar or something like that, I don't know. So she's a medical. She will always be lamenting that what's wrong with Nigeria, that she actually want to experience what Nigerian students are experiencing. She dropped out part 3. She went back.
She couldn't stand it.
Okay, you've made mention of all the struggles that Nigerian students and medical students go through. But then at the end of the day, okay, yesterday our guest on the program, he made mention of all of the entrepreneurial processes or that they could have even gone into, instead of always constantly waiting for the government to do this and to do that for them. Okay. And he made mention of opening specialist hospitals, privatizing the medical sectors. Why are they not looking in that direction? And also, because I feel like if we have more specialist hospitals, maybe we can also then have the right to stand, because this headline now from, I think it's from the Nigerian pilot, says that Buhari returns to Nigeria after seeing his dentist abroad. So if we have specialist hospitals that we can be proud of, don't you think it will make?
Do you think we don't have those specialist hospitals?
We need more of them.
We need more of them. How much? Okay, you graduate today as an economist. I suppose not to be looking for a job. Ordinarily, I should establish a business myself as an economist. Where's the money? Where's the fund? Where's that money? And I tried my best to approach 3 good banks. 3 good banks, so that I'll be able to. I have what I want to do. I know what I want to do. I don't need to be. I like talking anyway. Talking is my thing. I could be MC. I could be musician, but I don't want to sit down under one person and be paid. But there was no money. There was no fund. There was nobody stand up to help. So these doctors that we are talking about, do you know how much they buy their equipment? Where would they get the money? If you have I have a lady, but thank God you actually brought it up. I have a lady. She's in Abeokuta presently. She's an optician, a dispensing optician.
Okay.
Are you getting me? She had been working in Ijebu. She worked in Ijebu for like a year before we met. We actually met on social media. That was how we started discussing, and I was like, okay, fine. Where you are working? Do you know that where she's actually working as an assistant, not even in hospital. Are you getting it? Because she could not get the job she wished to. And apart from that, she said, okay, fine. Even if she could actually get like 300,000, she could actually buy a dispensing machine and be working, because a lot of people will like her because of her work. Now I said the best way is get one eye clinic hospital, work there. She said she has been looking for. So fortunately that time one came, asked me how much they want to give her.
How much is the salary? Imagine
you want to give a dispensing optician 25,000 naira per month in Abeokuta.
All right, we'll have a caller on the line. Let's get to hear the opinions of our callers. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the press.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, we can hear you. Good morning, Mr. Alaba. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm fine. I want to contribute to some of the headlines of the National Daily this morning.
Okay.
What I want to contribute on is on the fact that Buhari was baffled about, or President was baffled about the level of corruption in Nigeria. Why are they baffled? I think they have been telling them. They said they want to leave Nigeria better than they make it. That was the statement from the presidency on this one. I think Buhari said so. Why are they baffled now that there's corruption in Nigeria? This man is only God that was lectured on him and the presidency. Because that was the reason why he was voted in. He was voted in to go and fight corruption, but he upheld corruption in Nigeria. So it's something we say in Nigeria, I don't know. When you have a flying president, he's always flying everywhere. So we have time to sit on situation. We are not talking on doctors. Let me tell you simple truth. Some of these student doctors are from the poor homes. So when we take their money from to establish hospitals, we have wrong people in the right places in Nigeria. From the president, everything is wrong.
All right, thank you so much.
I'd like to take it from where Mr. Alaba said before you make contributions.
Okay.
Now, if you're talking about having specialist hospital, can even a layman Nigeria, can they afford to go to a specialist hospital?
A layman, even forget about a layman, average, somebody like us that are working, can I even afford these specialist hospitals? One, it's not their fault. People that own specialist hospitals is actually not their fault. Number one thing, ask about the exorbitant tax rate that these specialist hospitals are paying. Number one, the association is collecting money. Okay, let me leave that. Even ordinary private school. I happen to be a coordinator of a private school, primary school, and I've worked as HOD in secondary schools, not even one, not even two. I have coordinated 3 schools in my life personally. The kind of money, the kind of tax that government, state government, local government, maps, and that they are collecting from this private school, even in the private schools, say they want to be collecting 300,000 naira per term, it will not still be enough, and that is why we have them employing teachers that are not worthy. That's why, because they cannot afford to. When people ask, despite the amount of money that they are collecting, the school fees is high. See the kind of teacher they employ. I ask them, come. Even the state that's supposed to at least have mercy on them, that okay, fine, you are actually developing states, and at the same time people are getting education at lesser rate, then you should be able to give them, even if tax holiday. If you cannot, just give them tax holiday for just like a year or just to gather something. If you know how much they need to be bribing, these people are bribing local government, ordinary local government staffs, so that they'll be able to exist. Are you getting it? Somebody that cannot, okay, how do you expect myself that just want to start a private school with just a house as in a cubicle and something like that to get 300,000 naira as fee per term? 300,000 naira for where?
What are these rates for the 300,000 naira?
I don't know. They will tell you this is local government due, this is state due, this is regional due. Imagine, this is a regional due and this is federal government. All of them will come separately. And when they come, number one, you entertain them. Just imagine that, not to talk of specialist hospital. So these doctors that we are talking about, many of them came from poor home, as Mr. Alaba actually said. So how would they, somebody that actually struggled to graduate, and you are not expecting the person to go and establish hospital with how much? With which money?
This is a situation of association, because now you just made mention of giving local government sum of 300,000 in a situation whereby you refuse to offer that money. Let me finish. In a situation whereby you refuse to offer that money, and maybe let's say you take it a step further and you decide to do the right thing. Because he just made mention of the fact that the president is astonished by the level of corruption in Nigeria. There are a lot of things that might not ever get to the president if people don't speak out about it. Like this, what you just made mention of. People are not talking about it. They just come to you, you pay, and you move on. Like because you feel like that is what others have been doing. They've been doing it before I got here.
Feeling, no. This is what association.
Well, it's not the right thing to do.
It's not the right thing to do. But because you know that all of this is
the stealing of corruption. The money is not used for anything. There's no tag to that money.
Sandra, you said it's not the right thing to do, but local government, it's not that they are collecting this thing as like a bribe. Local government will give you receipt. This is how much you pay. Are you getting it? They will give you receipt. This is how much you pay. And the same local government will be complaining that they do not have money. You don't get it. It is not that people are actually doing this on their own, that the staffs are the one collecting this money on their own. They have receipt that has the state stamp, that has local government stamp. And exactly this is what is happening in health sectors. Except you are working with government. If you have a private hospital, that is why you see many private hospitals when you get there and they don't have equipment that they're supposed to have, and they are still trying to manage themselves. Something happened something bad happened at the long run. State government will not be able to prosecute them because the kind of money they are actually collecting from them is exorbitant. So with that, a poor man's child or poor man's parent children will not be able to afford to establish anything at all. And apart from that, let me now go back to that my lady. Now I said, don't worry, still get on that one. Now they are paying 40,000 naira. Are you getting it? 40,000 naira per month. Within that 40,000 naira, she will need to transport herself. Transport every day is 600 naira. Are you getting it? If you divide 40,000 naira, if you divide 40,000 naira by 27 days, not even 25 days, because they go to work on Saturday, so it's only Sunday. So if you divide, that means you are having 1,300 per day. You use 600 naira for transportation. That is, it remains how much? That means you are having 700 naira left. Yes. You eat in the morning, in the afternoon, and the night. Let's assume that Abeokuta is very is kind of cheap compared to Abuja. Even if you eat 2,000 naira food here, you are still on your own. You are still on your own. Now, if she will be eating normally, let's say 300 naira in the morning, 300 naira in the afternoon, and 300 naira at night, what happened? That means she's still having a debt of 100 naira. So where would the money come from? And this same person has brother that is depending on her. This same person has a sister that is depending on her. Tell me.
What would you say? The solution.
The solution is federal government should actually remove health sector from executive list, put it on concurrent. Are you getting it? When you now put it on concurrent, have a law that will reduce the tax being paid. Then anybody that any graduates from that angle, from that sector, not only that sector, if eventually you want to establish your own hospital, then or your specialist hospital, then there should be a grant. There should be a loan that it will be easy for them to access. If everyone has access to loan, which it is being documented, you cannot run, you cannot do anything, and there will be, and government will still have a special person as in designated to you that will be monitoring the affairs. You believe me sincerely, everybody will be at peace, because when you are paying government loan, your mind is at peace compared to all these loan apps.
Let's take this call because I still have a lot to say in that conversation. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Messi, Sandra, beautiful morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate you, and then let me appreciate KAFTAN TV for giving us this ample opportunity to see our mind. You are on to SND from Lagos.
Thank you so much for calling us on the program.
Thank you very much. Mr. Samuel, I really concur with you in some aspects, especially when it comes to education and health matters. Sometimes I ask myself, do we need another deal, or do you need any other thing? The answer is no. We have everything. What I consider this should be done in terms of sending our children to abroad, there should be a condition. There should be a condition on anybody, be it a government worker, a private businessman. If you are sending your son or your children schooling abroad, there should be a condition that you must abide by that condition. That, for instance, SMB is sending his son to learn law in US. There should be a provision after that line to make sure that I come back to Nigeria and establish a chamber to that my son. So that my son will at least employ at least like 6 or 7 people to work. You need gardener, you need cleaner, you need and so on and so forth. You understand? So also other colleagues will come and partner with you and work. That way we can be able to do away with the menace of unemployment. Likewise, if you are sending your son to study pharmacy abroad, you must have to know that there is a condition. After when he graduated, you come and establish a big pharmacy whereby we get workers there. You understand my point? These are the kind of conditions we expect. Remember, there is a report on CBN on 25th of May 2022. It has been published in Punch and some other dailies that between December and February 2022, $221 million has been spent on foreign education. Nigeria spent $221 million on foreign education in 3 months. What does that mean to you? You understand my point? So you see, sometimes I ask myself, are we foreign? Why our policy makers are, sending their strength and energy towards wrong direction? After when there are so many things to do to develop our country. These are policy makers which consist of 360 representatives, 109 senators. These are the main policy makers in this country. Are we for real? It's not everybody that's supposed to be in the National Assembly. It's not everybody supposed to be a journalist. It's not everybody supposed to be a doctor. Everybody is representing everybody. So are we for it? Let us have this country in mind. Let us know that we don't have any country but our country. Like I always mentioned, building a nation is a collective responsibility, and together we must do it. Thank you very much. From Lagos.
Thank you so much for calling us on the program, SMD. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, caller from Lagos. And I think it is actually in line with what I've been saying. Now, apart from that, you see, our president saying he's shocked about the level of corruption in the country. Why will you be shocked? Even President Muhammadu Buhari is the one managing handling petroleum sector, right? Because he is the minister of the petrol. Now, if that is the case, can you ascertain the level of corruption in that sector? refineries. We have refineries that are not working, right? And people are still collecting salary from that same refinery that is not working, that are not working. So if Buhari could actually handle a particular sector, just a sector, and you cannot do it well, then will you be able to blame other ministers for not doing their job well? Because even you yourself are not efficient and effective in what you are managing. So that is that about that. Then another problem, another solution is let our local government autonomy stands. Let me tell you something. What local government is doing in this country, in every country, is way better and far than what state governments will do. That is what we don't know. Don't forget that we have local government chairman. You have your councillors. Councillors will be from each ward. That means our brothers will be my brother, your brother will be the councillor. And we still have supervisors. All these ones, if you have all these ones, that means those ones will not be looking for a job again. Somebody that is being given the appointment of supervisor for good 4 years and is being paid well will not come back and be looking for a job. That one is very sure, unless otherwise the person is a prodigal son anyway. will not come back to be looking for a job. Those ones have, even if the person is now a medical doctor, are you getting it? The person would have saved some money to establish, even if it is just using a room. Somebody that is being appointed as the council, that is being voted for as a councillor of a ward and is a medical doctor or is an economist like me, will not finish 4 years term and still or 2 years term and come back to be looking for a job. I cannot look for a job in that case again, and I will not see politics as my work. So if our state house of assembly can actually help us, our state house of assembly should help us give local governments the autonomy that they need, so that these our brothers, our sisters, we are not talking of our own. We know very sure that God will do our own very sure. That one is we are moving in. Our brothers and sisters that are yet to graduate will not fall into same pit that we fell into. So that is another solution. Another solution is federal government should create a conducive environment in the health sector. See, let me tell you something. If federal government could not actually, I'm not saying you should establish more, but the ones that we have, manage them well. See, if you employ a doctor and the doctor works for like 10 years, you pay him well. You can actually discharge that person.
Don't you think there should be restriction on traveling for health this thing? Because let's say
I'm actually coming there. That's where I'm coming from. I'm actually coming there. Now, even if you discharge the person will be able to establish a specialist hospital. And another thing is, now you now made it a mandatory, or you made it a law. You make a law that anybody that want to travel out of this country, amidst our politicians, especially those that are holding political office, are you getting it?
All right.
You want to travel? There's no chance for you.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, KAFTAN TV.
Hello. Good morning.
My name is Honorable Habib Gadio.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
I want to contribute on the issue of the autonomy of local government. Local government is a tier of government that has its own autonomy. When local government was created, there is so many reforms done from the military government to the civilian government. There are so many reforms. There are so many things that have been put in place in the local government. But the issue is the administrators of the local government, they don't know how local is their local government is. When you don't have electricity, you don't have water, you don't have a hospital or medical primary health medical center in some of your wards, then it means you don't know how local is local government. When the only accessible infrastructure or social amenities accessible is in the capital of the local government. So the other wards now became the villages and hamlets. Why they are the source of the development and revenue generation. So for that, I think the governors have done what they wanted to do by joint account to suppress local government, to undermine the local government administration, to create more corruption in the system, and in the state and the local government. So I think this thing needs to be looked into and be reviewed by the next administration. I think they should legislate to enforce. There is a legislation, but there is no enforcement.
Yeah.
So let government fund go direct to the local government. State government fund to go to the it's certainly. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Gajo. It's so good to hear from you on the other side. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
So now look at what he just said. I was actually talking about this local government autonomy. If they have their money, don't forget. I asked a question in my local government. I think last month that actually generated a lot of noise in that local government. The question I ask is, we've been having local government chairman, and we have 10 wards in this local government.
Yeah.
Out of 10 wards, we have just only 4 wards that have primary health care. Why? What has been the
job of the local
government? But now that if their money is actually coming directly to them, we will have they will actually have explanation, because the states might have been restricting them from it. But now if their money is coming to them, we have
the right to
ask questions.
Yes.
And we have the right to be answered. If you don't answer us, then you know what to do.
All right, I think we've run out of time, but you know, this conversation, that's why we come here every day to be at the press, because the conversations are enormous and we can't even get done with them every day. Because you made mention, I'm going back to that 300,000 that you made mention of, that schools pay to local governments. And I'm wondering, why is nobody asking for accountability as to what that money is done? You need to ask questions. All right, that's where we draw the curtain today on the press, coming to you live from the Abuja studios of KAFTAN Television. This conversation is not over, but we'll continue tomorrow. See you tomorrow. I am Sandra Ago.
And I am Babajide. Do you want to join us tomorrow again on the press? See you. Bye.